Hey, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to take a look at Pfizer, and I want to evaluate this stock for you. We've got a little bit of a pullback. You got some variants of the virus going on. So I want to share with you some thoughts as far as the stock goes and the technicals. What should we do? What are some levels to watch? Keep in mind, none of these are recommendations to buy, sell, or trade any stock. It's just my own personal opinion. So let's get things going and kick things off. So if we look at recently what's going on with Pfizer here, we are getting this pullback. In the world, we've got this thing called coronavirus. And then we also got this Omicron variant. Then there's another French variant coming out. We just had the Delta variant. There's some other variants here. They're all over the place, right? Man, that's just the world. So it's all crazy. All right. So the point being is okay, do we buy this stock? So that's the question. If we think the world is going to end, then probably no, we don't buy the stock. If we think the world will be around in the next 5 years or 3 years, then yeah, maybe you got a chance that then you could take a look at buying the stock. So recently, we've got this stock that's pulling back. And you can see right here, we've got this little trend line that's pulling back right here. We've got some selling pressure coming in. So that's a little bit of a problem. Now, when you look at the longer term picture, just, from a daily perspective, you can see we've kind of got this possible A to B, B to C, C to D pattern here that's happening. And then if we look at kind of the other B point right here, we're kind of coming in. And remember, when we look at support and resistance, it's kind of looking at a range, not just a price point. So there's resistance, here's kind of support. So we're coming into support. The problem is we're coming into support with some stronger selling pressure. So that is not good news for the stock. So it could break through, and that could be a little bit of a problem. You also have some of this gap problem right here, which also has a bit of an issue. So let's zoom back out a little bit and look at the weekly, monthly, and what's going on here. Like, take a look at this stock. So from the 80s, this stock's done phenomenal. Then it's pulled back in the year, in the 2000s, because this is all the tech.com stuff. So the stock didn't really do much. And then, it kind of just hung out here for a while. And then now we've got this little bit of a spike, right? So if we look at kind of the weekly, and we start looking at it, okay, so here was this pullback that we took a look at right here, okay? We had that breakout right there. And again, it was still between like $15 and $35. It's not like the stock was tripling or anything. So we kind of broke out right here, and the stock then continued to trend. And even then, we're still kind of moving kind of sideways for a little while. We had a few little blips. But then recently we're now starting to accelerate, and you can see the volume starting to pick up there, right there. So if we go in and we start zooming into this level, here's some resistance and support levels. So there's our resistance. So you can see right here, we've got some swing points and some levels. Now that stock broke out. This was in 2021 right here, August time or so. We had a nice breakout. So this is a nice break. And then it went and came back to the support, okay, right there. And then we went and supported that stock at this price point, right around that $42 level, continued to run into that 60s. So there it is, resistance. And now that stock is pulling back a bit. So you can see we've done quite well from an A to B, B to C, C to D pattern right here. So there it is, A, B, C, and now D. So the question is this a buying opportunity? So this stock does move slow. The reality is it's a slow moving stock. So if you're into slow moving stocks, or you want some slower moving stocks in your portfolio, this may not be a bad one. Let's take a look at kind of like now a two-day or just a daily. Go back to where we're at. So here was this longer term support line. So you could see there it was, the breakout in August, a little bit accelerated. And then right here, we trended to the downside to hold the support. Okay. That was right around that $41 level. And then that stock continued to then start to ramp up. So a little bit of the issue right here is we've got support, and that stock trended here to this upside in this channel. We've got resistance. And now we've gotten to this peak where, hey, this could be a problem area. So if I'm looking to buy this stock and I'm trying to nibble on it, you're probably looking around somewhere a $52, $51 level. Now remember, you can't always get the best deal of your life in the stock market. You're just trying to buy at lower values or levels, because sometimes they could just come down here and just start rolling back up. but you can see there is some selling pressure that's coming into this stock. Now, if you're looking at it from the long-term perspective, you think this virus is going to be around for like the next 10 years, you think Pfizer is going to help out with that kind of thing, and you think now they'll be able to develop more things for the future, then this could be a worthwhile investment. But right here, a good value, if you're looking at value, a good value area is right here, kind of a recent support, which is right around that 52 level. So if I look at this is a 51, 51.30, 51 and a half. That's a good value level. Now, it's already pulled back quite a bit since recently from a shorter term perspective, and that's already down about 12%. So if you think, hey, 12% is not a bad deal, and you're looking at this for the next 5 years, that could be great. If you're looking to kind of trade on the bounce, what I would look for is maybe a nice support right here coming into this and start bouncing. It's kind of like what it did here. You know, it pulled back to this level, okay, in October, and it started bouncing. And there, you could take your time getting into it over a course of a week or so, and you wouldn't miss it. So here as well, you don't have to be in a hurry, but once you start seeing things roll over a little bit, maybe bounce in this area, it's possible it could bounce right here as well, because you've got a tiny little gap in that area. Very minor, but it's possible they could go a little bit earlier. And kind of looking at those levels, and that's where another area is. Now, I will point out one more thing, and that is these moving averages. So if you notice this red line right here that's going, what that's doing is connecting right there at the same level that I have that support and resistance level. And if you look at the orange line, which is the moving averages, so I got a 55 and an 89 moving average, which are actually Fibonacci moving averages, then those levels kind of line up perfectly right here where that stock can also bounce. So you can see support based on a horizontal price level, and support also based on the exponential moving averages. So that's why I kind of mentioned those points as well, because they kind of coincide together as a little team or marriage working together. So anyways, that's just my take, my thoughts on the stock. I hope you enjoy it. If not, you know, check out some of the other videos that I have on this channel, and you can get some more stock prediction, analysis, evaluation based on the technicals. And you can definitely check out my other channel, Traders Fly, where you can learn a lot more as far as options go, trading options, and how to do it the right way. Thanks for sticking by, and I will see you in the next video.